Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 figure review. Today we are reviewing the Transformers Legacy Prime Universe, Bulkhead, and Arcee. So this is the first of the new Legacy packaging, and they're awesome. They're awesome. I know there was some interesting fan backlash when these two got announced, because when there were leaks and rumors about there being some new Prime figures, some fans were not very receptive to Prime Universe characters in G1 style. I, for one, really like it. As much as I love Transformers Prime as a series, I really like that we finally have a G1 stylized Bulkhead. And I like that they even took the time to do a G1 stylized Arcee. Not that this one was as totally necessary as this one. I really dig them. I think the new Legacy line is awesome so far. The few figures I've picked up, I've been pretty satisfied with. And I can't wait to see the rest of the Stunticons specifically, and the rest of the Insecticons also, because Dragstrip and Kickback are really, really awesome in this wave. So, finally, it's about time. We finally got Wave 1 of Legacy for this year's line of Transformers, even though the year is about a third over. It's about time we finally got Wave 1. The packaging looks really great. I love that purple packaging. I mean, purple's my favorite color, so of course I'm going to be a little bit biased there. I love that Legacy logo. As you can see, it does say Prime Universe Bulkhead right there. So it seems like, despite what they might be doing with the show in the future, toy line wise, it seems like Hasbro's going back to the old Transformers universe type thing, where they're doing this big awesome toy line with a mix of characters from various universes, just kind of pulled into this multiversal event, which is something they did in the very early 2000s. So it looks like they're doing it again. But rather than just doing repaints and a bunch of different repaints of characters, we're getting we're getting actual new molds of these characters brought into this stylized universe, which I really dig. I really like how that looks. So we're going to start, actually, you know, let's just, ladies first. Let's start with Arcee here. Arcee is a deluxe class figure in this line. There goes the back of her bike. I don't like that piece comes off. It's the front of her motorcycle mode there. That piece comes off really easily. All right. I don't know why I'm worried about it. I'm not even keeping the box. All right. So you can see there's like a little notch right there that just plugs right on, like so. She only comes with 2 Energon weapon accessories. She's got these 2 little arm blades right here, because they're bringing back the whole Energon weapons thing with this toy line. So here's her little arm blades. They look pretty cool, nice and round looking. And then of course you can put them together to make this like little throwing star looking shape Energon weapon. And then of course that can just plug back onto either arm, or she can hold it in her hand, although that kind of looks weird. But yep, she can hold it in her hand. Maybe it's an Energon disc she's throwing. Interesting. I like having it as her arm blades, like she had in the show, in the show Transformers Prime. There we go. There we go. I think it looks pretty cool that way. I really like the way they did the face sculpt on this. They really got that metallic pink color nice and accentuated on the head sculpt. She's got some light piping on the back of her head, so if you shine a light behind her head, her eyes will glow blue, which is really nice. I missed the whole light piping thing on some figures. It was always such a cool feature. She is fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders, upper bicep, single jointed elbows, wrists. She's got waist articulation. It's on a ball joint, so you get some pretty decent movement out of that. Fully articulated hips, upper thigh, single jointed knees, side ankle, and then the foot can kind of like close on itself, but that's mostly due to transformation. Speaking of transformation, she has a pretty interesting transformation. So we're going to start by removing her little inner John bits right there. We're gonna pull this back section out just a little bit. We're going to pull her side wheel off. Not actually. You don't want to do that. Oh, before I forget, she does have one other weapon. Hang on. Before we start transforming her. Hang on. Her wheel, her front wheel of her motorcycle mode does detach, and she has this interesting thing. I don't know what this is. The way she holds it in her on the figure, it's almost as if it's a blaster and these are the barrels. Yeah, I'm not sure what to call this. I think this was kind of an unnecessary piece because she doesn't have anything in Transformers Prime like this. So I don't know. So we're just gonna keep that closed. We're gonna plug that back in right there, like so, and we're just gonna leave that bit alone because yeah, that's weird. All right, so we're gonna rotate this waist here. There's that piece again. Extend all that stuff on her back. Rotate that around. That's basically going to come down like so. Next, we're going to bring the legs up, and then we're going to bring the arms. We're going to bring that shoulder section back. We're going to rotate the arms so they're facing each other, and then we're just going to tab them together. And then the back of the forearm slides forward to cover up those fists. So you get to see the back of the bike. Next, we're going to collapse the feet. We're going to extend these, and then there's a little peg right here on the back of the heel that's going to peg into the back of the leg. That's going to tab in like so. And then we're going to rotate, get those legs around, fold those wheels, and then there is a specific pattern in which these pegs fit. So you got two on one side and then one on the opposite side. So just line up the holes to get it all pegged in. Nice and easy. And now you can see her motorcycle mode is starting to come together a little bit. Next, we're going to fold these fins. So there's a little tab right here. There's a little slot right there. We're just going to line that up and get that tabbed into place so that's secure. Just kind of secures the whole bike together. Do the same thing over here. Get that all lined up, get that tabbed into place. You might undo the other side, that's okay. Just work it until you get it all positioned. And there she is. Now she's in her bike mode. And she looks really good in the bike. The blue plastic they went with, I think, is really nice. Very, very well done. I really love this kind of 80s style motorcycle. And then she does have a kickstand. So you can have her standing up. And the kickstand actually works very, very well. So you can get some pretty decent posing out of that. All right, there's Arcee. Next up, Bulkhead. So Bulkhead looks, in my opinion, he's definitely the better figure of the two. Bulkhead looks really awesome. I love that they made him like this big covered military truck, kind of like what Hound was in Age of Extinction and Transformers The Last Night. Got that awesome artwork there. You got some really cool Bulkhead artwork. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. He's got some pretty awesome weapons and accessories. Now, I've seen some people ask questions, is it a parts former? Which, for those of you who don't know, a parts former is a figure you have to transform by removing certain pieces, setting them aside, and then assembling them on the figure in its other configuration later on. And the answer is no. While you can remove this shield right here, you can just leave it on his back as like his own little back shield or his backpack or whatever. You can leave it in this position for the duration of robot mode and transforming him in the vehicle mode. It does make it a little easier to transform if you have it out of the way, but you don't need to remove it to transform it. So anyway, he comes with this awesome riot shield accessory. You got a little face cap right there. You got a little peg that folds in right there. Unfortunately, there's no way for him to just hold it straight out. I wish he could. I think that would have been so cool if he could. But what you can do is you can have it pegged on that arm right there on the side, so you can have his riot shield on his left arm. I'm sure some of you have already noticed that he's got his mace right here, his mace hand on his right hand. And what's really awesome about this, and this is my favorite version of this, is it actually opens up, pegs into his hand, and then closes around it. I wish we got two of these so that we could, have him dual wield these things. This is my favorite version of this so far. And actually, this is so far my favorite Bulkhead figure. As much as I love the Prime TV show, as much as I love animated, I really love this alternate mode of Bulkhead. There's his Energon weapon. He comes with this little minigun. You can plug it onto these little side mounts. Of course, it's got the regular pegs, so you can put it in his hand. You could put it on a peg right here. Just kind of have a rear-facing gun. You can put it in various spots. It's a pretty could piece. You could put it on either side. I like it over the right shoulder. It's very G1. It was very common in Generation 1 for Autobots to have right-mounted shoulder weapons. The head sculpt, the big lower jaw looks awesome on this figure. The green color that they went with is very nice. He is fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders. Upper bicep. Single jointed elbows. Wrists. Waist. Hips. Upper thigh. Single jointed knees. Side ankle joints. And that's about it for his articulation in robot mode. You'll probably notice I've been messing with this spot a bit. The way his torso tabs together is there's a piece right here above the crotch plate that tabs into this little section right here, but it comes undone very easily. Just probably my main gripe about this figure is it's kind of irritating how easily that comes apart. You can get some pretty cool poses, especially with the riot shield. Get that. See if y'all can. There we go. You can see his face under there. Yeah, I really, really like the riot shield on this. I think it was an awesome idea to give that to him. Because he's a big heavy hitter. He's a bulkhead, He's a big guy. And having that incorporated into his design just makes so much sense. So much sense. All right, let's transform this guy too. So I'm going to start by moving these aside. I know I said you can transform with this on. We're just going to have it off to the side anyway. His transformation is pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is we're going to untab his shoulders here from his torso. We're going to bring that up. We're going to push the head down into the chest cavity. And then there's a little piece here, there's a little panel cover that we're going to push out. There we go, now we got that. There's a little panel here that's folded up to the front of the cab. We're going to push that out, and that's going to be the top of the truck. Next, we're going to come over to these shoulder bits right here. We're going to rotate that whole section down so that we can rotate this forward. We're going to lift this panel, we're going to push these down, and these wheels here, after we get all this, here, let's get those arms connected first. So push those arms together. Rotate that head, get that. There we go. Okay. These wheels on the back here split apart and fan out on the back of the truck. Next, we're going to fold those elbows all the way up. We're going to scrunch up his arms all the way up. And then we're going to rotate them like so, and then just kind of close the cab on it. And that's basically the front of the truck all done. Next up, we're going to fold this section all the way back. And then we're going to pull that section. And then there's two tabs right here. There's a couple holes right there. This section is going to peg in right there. And then we're going to open up the bed of the truck. We're going to pull out the little gas tanks there. Those are going to rotate out. Then we're going to close that. And then we're going to close that heel down. Same thing over here. Open that up. Take the little gas tank out. Close that heel down. And then we're going to peg those legs together. There's a little tab on the inside of the gas tank. There's a little tab hole on the side of the thigh there. We're just going to tab that into that section on both sides. And then these tab into the back of the cab. Just get it all lined up and tabbed into place. And we're almost done. I'm going to leave these down like so. Next, we're going to, with this tab on that hole right there, add the top part of the truck, fold those in, and then they will tab into the bed of the truck, like so. And then, of course, you've got that open, so if you want to put some like little minifigs in there, like some headmasters or something, like he's carrying some troops into battle, you can, or you can just fold that right up. And there he is in his truck mode. And again, I think it looks awesome. This is very Bulkhead to me. I think in spirit, I think they really did nail it. This figure is awesome. They did a very good job on it. And then, of course, for comparison, here he is next to Arcee, his fellow Autobot. You can store his weapons inside his truck mode. You can specifically peg this down. There are some pegs on the inside of the bed. You can peg his little mace bit down on the inside. I personally like to kind of have his little energon gun up here, up at the top, so it's like he's got a little top turret gun for, well, whatever he needs it for. You can put her little energon bits wherever as well. I'm just going to put them to the side of the rear wheel. Here we go. And there you have it. And there you go, guys. There's the first two figures of the Transformers Legacy line, the first two general retail release figures of the Transformers Legacy line. I think this line is off to a good start. Wave 1 was pretty awesome. I hope there's a lot more awesome figures down the line because There's a lot of cool rumors and leaks here and there about what we can possibly expect from the Legacy line, but keep those eyes to those official Hasbro announcements, because that's how you know what's actually coming out, and I can't wait to see what's next. Stay tuned for all that. Check out some of our other Bay 12 content here as well, because we do all kinds of toy reviews and other videos all the time. Make sure you've got notifications on so when you know when we have something posted. Watch out for our Bay 12 live sales. We do all kinds of awesome live sales once a month, usually around the 3rd or 4th Sunday of the month, depending on our schedule. And that's it for today. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and roll out.